Leaders of the G7 nations and their invited guests from at least another 8 countries will gather here on Lac Le Mans in France, but close to Switzerland. It's also known as Lake Geneva. This is the summit venue. It's always one of the most important events of the diplomatic year. But this time, when President Trump arrives here, it will become the backdrop to the tense efforts to end the war he launched against Iran and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The leaders of Qatar, UAE and Egypt have been invited to discuss the implications for the region. Even here, in one of the more affluent areas of France, business in the local market is slow. The economic effects of the war are evident.
There's the whole petrol aspect, the whole economic aspect that's at stake, and naturally all commerce, whether fixed or mobile, has repercussions that are not very positive. The population is afraid, increasingly so. We're even seeing it in supermarkets. Some people are stockpiling.
War doesn't serve any purpose. There are only deaths. It's pointless. We have a beautiful world. We might as well live in harmony and stop this violence. Because what are we leaving for our children? I'm 67 years old. I have granddaughters. What am I leaving them? Nothing good, really.
Big international meetings like this one always have a formal agenda, but what ends up getting done depends on the interaction between the leaders, particularly at a time when the White House operates with such a transactional manner. The war in Iran and Lebanon is bound to dominate proceedings, but there's still the conflict in Gaza and Russia's war in Ukraine. There's global trade, tariffs, and the economy, and the way it will be transformed by artificial intelligence. And there's the state of relations between the allies, who Trump feels have not done enough to help him against Iran. This will be a full and challenging meeting. One of the toughest ever of these summits was back in 2003, the last one at this same venue. Then the US had just invaded Iraq, a war strongly opposed by France and Germany. Now there's a possibility this one may be even tougher. James Bayes, Al Jazeera, Lac Le Mans in France.